My transformation as a design manager focuses mainly on communication and how implementing empathy into communication can humanise the workspace and improve performance in team members collaborating. This led me to begin to consider to take a higher perspective, consider any team project as a very holistic experience, as each individual has varying thoughts, emotions and extrinsic circumstances which could affect their work. This was recognised upon reflection of the project. Reflection has been defined as a process of reviewing an experience involving description, analysis and evaluation to enhance the learning in practice. This is supported by Fleming, who described it as a process of reasoned thought. It enables the practitioner to critically assess self and their approach to practice. In a study by Hickson and Swan, they found that participants who had opportunity to reflect on themselves were particularly inclined to display self-rounded insight. By using interpersonal reflection, I was able to actively analyse my own feelings and behaviour and the reasons which lie behind them. Literature on reflection is endless. So many areas are covered that have individual models which cover specific events in their fields. I discovered that models which were too set and rigid in their structure were not as effective as they didn't consider the holistic experiences of the individual. There were many models which I touched upon, such as John 2004, Driscoll 2006 and Borton 1970. But I decided upon a hybrid of Schon's 1987 reflection on action and reflection in action and Gibbs' 1988 reflective cycle, which consists of a clear description of the situation, analysis of feelings and experience and reflection upon experience to examine what one would do if the situation arose again. I did have to consider barriers which might prevent me from being able to reflect effectively in action, such as time to think and be reflective because of the busy work environment that practitioners are involved in. In its simplest form, communication is the act of transferring information from one place to another. There are many forms and aspects of communication which can be studied, which makes the term itself far too general. By specifically targeting humanising communication by implementing empathy, I have experienced how this affects a workspace and working within a team. To communicate using empathy has been described as the ability to recognise others' emotions and to understand their perspectives and feelings on a situation, which enables you to use that insight to relate to and support others through challenging situations. This can be done by putting aside your own viewpoint and see things from the other person's perspective. Then, you can recognise behaviour that appears at first sight to be emotional, stubborn, or unreasonable as simply a reaction based on a person's prior knowledge and experiences, and displaying relevant emotional reactions to the others, sharing their situations and emotions. According to influential psychologist Daniel Goleman, empathy is one of the 5 key components of emotional intelligence, which is a vital leadership skill. Empathetic leadership is having the ability to understand the needs of others and being aware of their feelings and thoughts in and outside of the workspace. To determine if empathy influences a manager's job performance, CCL analysed data from 6,731 managers in 38 countries. They found that empathy in the workspace is positively related to job performance. Managers who practice empathetic leadership are viewed as better performers in their job by their bosses and subordinates, proving that today's successful leaders must take a more holistic approach, be more person-focused to be able to work well with people from varying teams, departments, countries, cultures and backgrounds. I decided to look into and apply a theory of empathy when working within a team to improve communication and work performance. I found the simulation theory of empathy, which is a theory that humans anticipate and make sense of the behaviour of others by activating similar processes that, if carried into action, would produce similar behaviour. The central claim is that understanding another person is a matter of recreating or copying the other person's beliefs, desires and other mental states in one's own mind. The interpreter voluntarily and consciously imagines herself being in the other's situation and seeing it from her perspective, so to simulate or represent the same emotion in themselves so that one can know firsthand what it feels like. Thus easily can relate and actively display the relevant empathetic response as if it was oneself in the situation. For example, I began to notice my peers were feeling nervous about the presentation. We were due to present third, and the teams which had gone before us had shown aspects of their presentation which we had not considered and was putting a damper on the team and our confidence. Instead of brushing aside their emotions, I applied this theory by aligning myself with my team members' positions, which I normally would not encounter, such as having English as a second language and having to overcome that barrier when presenting. I was able to simulate the emotions in which they might be feeling and reassure them with words which I would feel reassured with in the same situation. We bonded as a team and about not liking presenting, and I noticed how the team relaxed a little after this interaction. In reflection, I will continue to use this approach to improve empathetic speaking and sharing within our team and maintain a positive outlook. If I'm able to accurately align myself with the team, speak about our ideas positively from different points of view, and express my concerns in a positive way, they hopefully will simulate the positivity too. By implementing theories of empathy, I'm humanising the workspace. Humanising has been defined as to imbue with humaneness or human kindness, civilise. In the workspace, referring to those that follow a traditional people are resources model and to those that recognise that people are humans first and foremost. The latter often describes themselves as people-centred organisations which have been proved to produce a better quality of work as well as the employees having increased confidence and happiness in their jobs. Another aspect of humanising which was successfully implemented within my team was increased confidence through confiding. Confidence can generally be described as certainty in your abilities or having trust in people, plans, or the future. Confidence as a verb means to confide. Once confidence becomes the ability to confide in oneself and others, the plan to confidence becomes much more clear and attainable. Studies have found that confiding in a secret predicts higher well-being through perceived coping efficiency. Correlational and experimental studies find that through confiding a secret, people feel they might obtain social support and are more capable in coping in day-to-day tasks. This was present within my team when I decided to communicate with my team the reasoning for my absences and unexplained silences. I normally do not like sharing such personal and vulnerable information with others, but I wanted them to understand my current circumstances surrounding an ongoing health condition and testing, and not assume that I do not care about the module. I communicated my issues and they were very sympathetic and understanding. I felt that they then understood my reasonings for my unexplained absences and were no longer thinking of me as an unreliable team member but as someone who wants to join in and learn but has extenuating circumstances affecting this. After the day's session, I realised that I felt more relaxed and had gained some more confidence within my team after confiding them with my problem. Their empathy and understanding really helped me to open up and present many more of my own ideas to the group. I felt more relaxed. Ultimately, feeling more confident and comfortable tackling the module. From my personal standpoint, this research and experience of working in a team has opened my eyes to how holistic any teamwork is. People should be viewed and treated as individuals with their own thoughts and feelings first and foremost, to gain the utmost from them when working in a team.